Huh, Buddy the dog? It's nasty out here again, isn't it? We went from 67 to about 47 to cold and sleet and ice this morning. So that's great. But that's okay. We're used to it. Buddy the dog's been out here a while playing. He's all wet. We had a 2-hour delay, so it's a lot later in the morning now to be getting started on our own projects, I should say. But we're gonna do just that right after this. All right, welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rusty Oliver Man. And I thought I would like to get this 600 started, or 500 I should say. This is a 500, the 600's in the other building. And in order to do this, it's kind of a trick. I don't think the generator's working on this one either, so we're gonna have to investigate that. But this tractor is actually negative ground or positive ground, so you can't use the jump pack unless you have the battery disconnected, or it won't play nice. But let's try this. It should work just fine. Come on. Well, I know it has to be working. I think my jump pack's dead. That's part of my struggle bus, but it will start. Let's let it sit a minute. That's nasty. What's it been doing? Dripping from somewhere, or? Huh. Need to wash that nastiness off of there. But whatever. I want to move this over, because I think if I move this over, I can get a tractor that's slightly wider in the hole where this is, because there's some wasted space. And I'm thinking it's going to be that red front wheel assist one. And so that's where we are. I just don't know. I don't know if I can, if it'd be better to back it in. I'll probably need to take that sprayer off, but I'd like to not do that if possible. But I don't know. This should work eventually once it makes up its mind that it's gonna run today. Well, that is unfortunate. It would work better if I had the batteries helping me, but there again, it won't work. If I turn the batteries on, right away that thing is not happy. It's not liking that. So then you say, well, just hook it up the other way. I did not have luck at that either, because it doesn't put out the right way for some reason. Like it won't. I didn't have luck at that, but maybe I will now. I don't know. Okay. Now, let's see what happens. Maybe it'll work today. It will. Come on, baby. Come on. That thing has not run in a while. Oh, the cable even jumped off, so it wasn't helping us at last. It's another sweetheart. It runs so beautiful. And it may be getting time for a new battery. I don't remember how many years we've had this tractor. Several. But if I charge that battery it will last all season. Yeah, I have another box of trash here I was going to get rid of. I think it's got a slight fuel leak too. I don't know what it is. These cab fuel pumps, I've been having a lot of struggle bus with them leaking. Whoa. Am I doing it right, or what's the deal? Sounds like it doesn't like that. Likes that. I guess because I'm in high. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, that's not going to do it, what I envisioned. Let's let this sit a minute. Think about what we've done. This might be one of those Tetris games where I could actually make it do what I want if I back it in, because you can turn the front wheels and scoot it right over. Last resort is taking the sprayer off. Okay, I guess we'll take the sprayer off, which isn't a big deal. I wonder though if I can get it. I don't know. I think I'm going to do some off-camera work here because I'm about to get very frustrated. And I'll bring you back when I'm making some type of progress, because right now that's not happening. All right. I can't get off of it now. I think I've tractor tetrised that in there about as good as I can. That was a trick. I don't know that that red one will fit in there, but we'll try. Otherwise, we'll put the Super 55 back in here. I'm trying to think of another narrow one. That 1250, the regular 1250, would probably go in here. But it's tucked away. Sleep. That regular 1250 is tucked away so far that I just don't know that I can get it started. Well, what I'm saying is I'd have to get the 1755 out, and then I'd have to get this 1250 to run long enough to get it in here, and it does not want to participate. Also, I would kind of like things that are blocking other things to be good running things, so that way if I want to get that one out, I know that whatever's parked here will start easy and get going. Yeah, see, we left a little puddle there, so that thing is leaking some fuel as well. That's probably why it was so hard to get started. It was probably, I don't know. It's a cute little horse. I like it a bunch. It's really handy for that spot spraying job around fences because it's so narrow and short, and it works really good. It's really nice. That's what we want. So that's good. I don't know. Let's go get that red one and see if it just wouldn't happen to squeeze in this hole. because I think it's set out a little bit wider. That's the joy of the tractor Tetris, is trying to figure out the perfect one for the perfect spot, because the Super 55 is narrower, so I know I can get it in more places than this, and I can find a spot for it better than whatever. But that Tetris in there pretty good, I have to say. I had the Super 55 over there at one time, and I never could get it in there this tight square, so that's a win. Should we, I don't know, what do we want to make this video? I had an idea to make this video something else, but maybe we need to make this video about the other thing that I was thinking, since we're going to be moving that 1255 anyway. Let's do that. Let's save this jump pack. Let's set it here in the dry so that it doesn't get all, we don't want it to get wet. They don't like to be wet. But we will need probably a 1/2 inch wrench and a 7/16 inch wrench to get apart the things that we need to get apart. Basically what we're going to do is, the 1255 is still sitting up there by the house. That was just last night, and now I didn't realize it was going to be a wintertime wet storm, or I would have worked harder on this last night and tried to get it put away. But it's been outside for months anyway at the auction yards and in their storage, so what's another day, you know? But I bought a better, over here in the golf cart, which I resurrected, I bought a appropriate size battery for a Fiat. They like that kind of battery to start. They do not like a 7526R, which is what's in it. That's the kind of battery I use on little gas tractors like that, which now that needs a home if I take its home for this. So, oh, I just got soaked. That's fine. That's fine. We've gotten soaked before. The roof of this thing holds water in the way they formed it in these grooves, and then when you move, you get sloshed with a lot. And right now it's like frozen, slushy stuff. So that ain't no fun. Let's get us some tools here of what I think we're gonna need. Oh my goodness, friends. We almost had a bad day, a very bad day. Before I started doing this video, I thought it's decent enough-ish weather now. I'll take hay to the cows, and look what I forgot to do. I forgot to close this gate, and they definitely could have walked right out of there if they weren't so preoccupied with the yummy food I just gave them. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it, friends. I cannot believe that none of them wandered out. How's the Cyclops doing? I think it, Cyclops, yeah, it's working. Yeah, that would have been a bad day, because when they figured that out, then they all would have figured that out. I've got lots of projects, as you may realize, and I got parts today for some of them. So you hold on to these wrenches for me. That works pretty good. We need to finish picking up our trash from our trailer repair. There's some board ends. We need to throw them in the next recycling bucket of the tractor. I think it's got some recycling in it now, but whatever. Come on, golf cart. Don't fail me now. We're carrying a lot of cargo, and we don't want to have to walk. Come on. Come on. it's getting to where it needs batteries too. And originally it had six 6-volt rechargeable golf cart batteries, because it's 36 volt, and that is super expensive, friends, if you got to repair that. I mean, plus the fact, what I didn't like about it is the weight. It added so much weight. So the last time, ooh, I forgot this is probably not gonna work. I can't go this way anymore because I put this wall here. Look the other way, golf cart. Sorry. That's okay. You made it. Butted the dog. Shrubbery. It's a shrubbery. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying. Last time I replaced them, it was going to be like thousands of dollars to replace those stupid batteries. And so I thought, why do that when I could get 3 12-volt batteries, like deep cycle marine batteries? And that's what I did. And it works dandy. The only thing is, I don't know, it's finally getting now, I like it because it cuts down the weight by a bunch. But it's getting to where it needs new batteries, because I looked at them and they're from like, I think 2019. So that's about all you can expect out of a set of batteries. Well, there's a bush stick. That's fine. All right, friend, we're going to try to make you better. And in the process, we're going to try to rob this battery for something else, because this is the style battery that I use in everything I got. So, yeah. We're also going to change this at some point, even though this is probably honestly a better setup if it works like I think it's going to. I think he bolted a bolt in the flange and then set the grill down on it and bolted to it, and then it won't bounce off ever. So, yeah. Quite honestly, that's probably how they should have done it at the factory. And that's why his grill is still immaculate and the others are not. Okay, so this is what I wanted to see in here. Boy, he really took care of it, didn't he? He put even wooden things down to keep the stuff nice. Looks like there's metal shavings though, so I bet that was from cleaning the battery terminals, because I would bet that the auction yard put this battery in. And the reason I say that is because this is the cheapest battery you can buy, a 7526. That's why I've been buying them to put on my everything I got, because I got too many tractors. You can't afford batteries on everything. But that's neither here nor there. Without rambling, what I'm trying to say is I get why they did it, because they had it for sale, and it's got to run if it's for sale. And this battery was enough to get her to run, but not really. Once it gets super cold, that little bitty battery like this just will not do it on one of these. So I can already see that this tractor is going to get a different set of cables, because I do not like what I see. Basically, well, this ground cable looks kind of pathetic-ish. And then we've got this, which is actually a positive cable. And I don't know about that. This cable's got a non-factory end on it, and it's kind of stiff. But it was working. But I'm of the mind of making things as good as they can be. So that's going to be a project for one day. There, we are going to redo cables, and that positive one's kind of a trick because it's tucked behind. Yeah, there is a holder up there. I was thinking there was. So we'll have to get that bolt out in order to get that fed through there, and then get her around to where we need to go. Boy, that wire don't look good, does it? Some of the wiring harness on this, I question whether or not we shouldn't pull it all off of there one day and go through and make it better or something, because it looks pretty bad, and I don't want to burn her down. I mean, I do like that he put a battery shut off on it too, because that's what I would do. But, and then I'm also still debating, do I go ahead and move this over to here like I have done on all the others, because that makes it more solid than just in the sheet metal. It's not really hurting anything in the sheet metal, but that's just not how I do it usually. I might leave it alone, because otherwise I'll have a hole to fill, you know. If it ever is to the point that we would do a total repaint or something, then we could modify. I was also curious about this terrible scuff. He's done a lot of welding up in there, so this corner got hammered by something at some point, or something fell down on it and mangled it. But the grill looks great, so either he got a different grill, or the grill, he might have run it with the grill off of it, which a lot of people probably do. I don't know, but talking ain't working, so let's get that other battery and set her in there and see if we can make these cables go to where they need to go. A much heavier battery, but a much more gutsy battery too. I like his idea of that wooden stick, because that makes it stay. That actually makes it stay pretty good. I'm not opposed to this rubber strap either, if we can get it over this battery. I'm struggle bussing with finding a place to put you, because there's just not a lot of room in here. I don't think my ratchet, or I don't think my strap is going to be enough to get around this bigger battery. It might be, but I don't know. Let's just, what do we want to do? Just forget it. Let's forget it for now. Oh, we could go like this. Let's do that. Let's just, there, that'll be enough. That'll hold it in so it doesn't, you know, disappear. And we're gonna get these plastic caps off there. Okay, that one came off, good. Tractor's already costing me money. That's like just under $200 worth of battery right there. But then you figure I got another good battery for another tractor, because that one's good. It's just too small. So, I don't know. I'm hoping we can ride the pony on these cables for a while too. Like till it's warm. Okay. I like what's taking place already. What I don't like is the fact that I can't seem to get in there to... There we go. Okay. Ooh, I heard it. I know why it did that. It did that because I touched the air cleaner. So that tells me there's something wrong on this tractor. And it may be, well, because of those melted wires. But if I ground it, it clicks. See if I can do it again. So we got to figure that out, because that ain't right. There shouldn't be any power draw on it at all when I turn the when I hook up the battery cable. And there is. Now I turned the key backwards, but it's, yeah, see. So that, it's not that the trouble was here. And being by myself, I can't I can't rightly do both places at once. My suspect would be the voltage regulator is clicking, which would explain why the battery would drain, and he puts that on. And my theory of why that is probably because of these wires that are melty together, and they're probably crossing themselves somewhere in the harness. But that would be my first guess. We're just gonna have to really do some sorting out here, because we got, ooh, and look how brittle that is. That makes me sad that I just pulled on that. This wire is melty, which should just be for flashers. He spliced it into a green wire, which is taking off down through the sheet metal, and I don't get that unless it comes down here to the light wire harness. It would have to be going into here at some point. So we're gonna have to spend a day doing some Fiat wiring, because I'm not up on the, first of all, nothing works. None of the lights work or anything, and that's not right. So we need to sort that out. But seeing this, we just learned something new, which was that it's got some kind of power drain, because it's immediately, well, let's get this back on here. That's actually a trick to get that all lined up. Well, dang it. What I'm trying to say is, while I'm doing something else, is that we can't have it using power when we're not even hooked up yet. I mean, when you turn the battery or hook the battery post up, it shouldn't immediately start making things click. That's what I'm trying to say. And then we do need to take that sheet metal off, and that's part of why I want to get this in a nice happy hole inside, because if we find a happy hole, then we're going to have a really good time. But besides that, I can work on it in there and leave stuff off without fear of it getting weather on it, you know. And if it's not in the way, then I can take my time and I don't have to rush. But I don't know, like, we need to take the nose off. We need to get this settled, because that don't work. That's not a big deal. That's just a little bit of a hassle. I looked up drawbars on the internet, friends. You can get aftermarket ones. They even have a hammer strap, a clevis end on this end that you can bolt on and off. But they're expensive, friends. Like $200 for one of them. And I bet they aren't as good a steel as that one. So, yeah. Okay, now the fact that we can start it without, or no, that's not it. That's not a thing. As long as it's in neutral, it should start on this one because of the safety switch. But the come on. I hate to cold start you all the time, but that battery's got a lot more guts to it, so it can stand the severe cranking. Our starter might not be very good either. That's strange. Come on. That should be enough to run. Man, I think we got oh, I know why it was doing what it was doing. Come on. Don't make me get the fart pounders. Come on. It's not that cold outside. It's cold, but not that cold. I did use that thermo starter thing, but I don't think it's working correctly. And what I was thinking happened is, I bet that it loaded it down with diesel fuel, and that's why it was slowing down there for a little bit. Like it filled that manifold full of unburnt fuel, and then it never ignited. That's just a theory, but that was strange. It had plenty of cranking and it was getting smoke. I guess it still could be that it's sucking air somewhere, but it's running beautifully now. We just need to live with it a while. We haven't figured out all of its quirks yet. And, you know, you gotta do that when you get one. They're all gonna have something that's not quite right. I think I'm gonna park the golf cart over and charge it up again because it's getting low. And then, oh, do a work order. Do a work order, okay. I was thinking about taking this battery with me, but maybe I'll wait. I'll just charge the golf cart now and use it. There's another tarp strap. I knew I saw one somewhere. What a pretty little red horse. Let's see if we can wedge it in a tight spot. I almost dropped you, but that's okay. Uh-oh. We're wearing our inappropriate shoes, so we need to be careful. Something else about this that we'll have to do some research on, and I'll explain that when we get it, hopefully in the shed. Whoa! Whoa, horsey! Uh-oh. I have my doubts that this is actually going to work. It might go in there. The front will go in. Will the back go in? Oh yeah, like a glove. There we go. Boy, now you can see that generator lights on. Shut off. I want to see if does the oil pressure light come on? I thought it did when we were at the yard. Yeah, okay, that works. Stuff is working. It's just not working correctly. And like what I think is happening with that charging is there's some wires that are melted together, and that voltage regulator is staying on the whole time, and I wonder if it's not partially burned out or something. It's still the original style, so that is kind of a problem maybe, because by now it might be, I don't know, we might have to take the cover off. Maybe we can sand the points or whatever, but it may be well to just replace it with modern. I don't think I have a single one that still has the original functioning one on it. This horse here, if we can make this happen. Yeah, see, it's got that updated modern. Boy, you can't see that at all, can you? Hide, I don't know. That black box, it's plastic, and yeah, it's reproduction. Solid state like. It's still got the original light relay though. So we're gonna have a video on this one, I think, trying to get it started, but I think that's gonna be a separate video. We accomplished what we set out to here. Let's see about, how hot is this now? Is this hot enough that I can't? It's pretty hot. I can probably get it off of there with gloves. Let me go look at my stash of stuff and see if I don't have that other original. Well, it's not original, but it's another muffler that looks looks like that one. It looks more foreign-ish. I kind of like it better. But what I don't remember is, did I have to saw those off to do that? I don't think so, but I don't know. That muffler's okay. It's just not, what I don't like about it is the flare here close to the hood. It's easier to, what I'm saying is, if we fix it all the way it should be, hammer the sheet metal, the hood might actually interfere with this. I've had that issue before. That's why I know this. Like the original mufflers were not like that either, but they were similar in a way. And I've tried to order them, and just nobody's got. The picture shows it looks like the original, but then it comes like this. But the originals were taller here, and then they had a body that went pretty way all the way up to the top, and then just a short little deal at the top. And it looked like a big can on a stick, basically. But I kind of like that look. That works. And like I said, when they're at a show together, which inevitably these two probably will be at some point, it would be nice to have uniformity, you know. The donkeys agree with me. You can hear them trumpeting. But let me go. I'm sure I got a muffler. I don't know if I got a new ting-ting or not, but I'll go look. Okay, Crazy Ross's Hoarding Parts Yard has a new muffler, providing that everything's the right size. However, he did not have a ting-ting, so I don't think that one that's on the other one is the same. Oh, that's different. That's even different than that. Huh. Well, that's a new wrinkle. I didn't know that they were making these two different ways. And the next question remains, do I really want to use this then? I think it, I'm not sure, friends, what I want to do. I guess we could pull that off of there and see what happens. Let's make you all cry. I'll lay this right on the head. I bought that for the David Brown, and so I'm wondering now if it's a different size or if it just changed. I don't know what we've done, but I don't know. I may not like that either. Another reason why I'm doing this is this one's not the right size. It's you'll see in a second when I get this pulled off of there what they've done. If I can even get it pulled off of there. they've crimped it so much. There. See, they've really crinkled that in to make it fit, and it doesn't fit tight even. So that's why I'm at this point. Let's see what that looks like. That'll go on there. If it was cleaned up, it'd go on there really great. Might have to hammer it home if we decide we like that, though. I'm not sold on this yet. I don't think that's... Is it really different? I can't believe that they would make two different ones. I can't really get over here to look. But they sure enough did. They made like a... Can I see? I can't see what I want to see. Let me see if I can go outside and look in. I want to see if I sawed on that any and modified it at the bottom. I don't think I did. I think that looks like factory slot. No, maybe I did, because doesn't that look too tall when you look over at this one and then you look at that one? It almost looks like it's just too much. Although another difference I see is the elbow on this one only goes up to halfway up the sticker, where on that one the exhaust elbow goes all the way above the sticker. So that's another difference too. Choices, friends. The thing is, if I order another one, what will I get? Will I get one like that? Or will I get one like that? I don't know, because I think I ordered the same thing that I ordered for that when I ordered this one, and this is what I got. And most people wouldn't even care about what we're talking about right now, but I am like this. I want it to be just exactly what I want. I am not on some things, I don't like the cobbling idea. And see, I'm not opposed to this muffler, but as soon as I put that on there, it's going to be on for keeps. Because if I hammer it on that cast, then that's all she wrote. I do kind of like that, though. It's growing on me. It's taller than the other one. So what do I want to do? Do I want... Now we're thinking, but see, that part's taller. So let's set this back on there for a little bit. You just hang out there. I got another thing I want to try. Tractors, where are you? Never mind the trash. I'm a slob. We know. I'm working on picking it up. This one, I'm thinking, would be the candidate for this muffler, because this one actually does interfere in a way that it makes it... Oh, that's not even attached anymore. So, there you go. But what did I determine here? Did I determine this is too big for that one too? See, it is. I'm not understanding why none of these mufflers are coming. Boy, I like the look of that on this one. I may try to find a tailpipe expander, and I think that muffler is going to live on here, because that is a lot more better looking and less obnoxious than this giant thing, which doesn't fit right either. And it just looks clunky on there. It just doesn't look, I don't know. I just like that. That's a little taller looking. sleeker. I think it'll just look better on a restored tractor. So I'm thinking we're gonna figure out, we gotta get a tape measure or something, figure out what size this was, because I doubt that I can look it up. I don't even remember where I ordered that from. I thought it was off the electronic bay, but I might be able to get an exhaust expander to go in there and swell that out a little bit where it'll go over this, because it's very close. I mean, like I said, I could probably hammer it home, but I really don't want to do that. But I think I'm going to go with that one on there, and then I will order something different for that red one. I'll order another and see what it comes up with, because I don't know, just like, there's nothing wrong with that muffler, but I don't like the way it looks. And it's the same I like with that one. There's nothing wrong with that muffler, but I want it to have a more correct style. But that one got to be more involved, because I saw that somebody's cobbled up the outlet piece, and I can get all that new, and I can get an actual like restoration quality for that, and I feel that that one deserves that, so it's gonna get that. But I think that one's gonna go on here, and we'll get a different one for the red one. All right, look at that, 3 foreign tractors all in a row. Now that we went down that rabbit hole of sadness for no reason, I'm going to go on the interweb and try to Google us some more parts. You know, we need to get that the way I want it. And like I said, this isn't even, that doesn't fit on there tight. It's been squeezed and squeezed to death. So we'll try to get one like this, which I thought that's what I had ordered, but obviously not. So I guess I got to do some measuring and try to figure out where we're going, because obviously by application it doesn't just work. And that's bizarre, because I bought several of those. That Heritage tractor's got one on it. And then how many more Fiats do I have? I thought that I had another. Well, I might have put one on. Did I put one on that tractor that I traded for Freddie? I don't remember. I don't remember what it had on it. It had a muffler on it, I'm sure, and not just a straight pipe. But at any rate, little details that don't matter to most people, but they matter to me. And at least this is in the shed. We got a good battery in, so it should start all the time. We just have to make it a little more better as it goes. The block heater thing is ordered. Then we can get rid of this clunky thing, which consequently, talking to John Bender, he said that they had trouble with those elements burning out in this application. Go figure. I don't know why, because that's the same block heater stuff you use in the 4-digit tractors, but in the Fiats it would burn out. So then he said they actually would do this too. They would put a little heater like that and then return it into the head, and I would say that's what this one is doing. But for a tractor that's going to be mostly show time, I don't want that on there. I'm going to put it back the way it's supposed to be. In the rare occasion that we'd use it in the winter, then we could still plug it in and hopefully it will work. You know, if we don't just leave it plugged in for days and days. Maybe that's why they burned out. I don't know. But that is neither here nor there. I'm just rambling now, so we're going to call this video here. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.